Tamika, did you find your headset? Tamika, Sugar P, what's going on?
Hey Kevin, how are you?
I am well, sis. How are you?
Good. Good.
Hey, Tamika. Cool runnings down there is tripping out. So how's Houston treating you?
Houston's treating me well, but I miss DC. Going back. But I guess I'm getting used
You
to Houston.
okay? You've only been there for a few months, though, right?
I know since November, only a few months. So right, like when things started going a little out of control.
So are you like actively involved down there? Because it's so spread out.
It is very spread out. It's very different than DC. So
Oh
when
yeah.
things probably get going, I plan to join a Rotary Club in the Chamber of Commerce. And I actually started dating actually last week, going
Okay.
back on dating. So
Are you out? Are you just doing the traditional way? Or are you online?
I do online. I prefer to meet people in person out and about, but right now online.
Right.
And I actually, I think it's important for women to actually date if you're looking for marriage
Mm-hmm.
and have dates. I mean, I have like maybe some people in the chat might get mad at me. I had like 3 dates this week.
Why?
So
I don't. Why would I be mad? You should.
well, not you, but some other people. So
Why? You should. You should look, man. Look, if you if you don't have a roster, you ain't trying.
very true.
I don't mean I see. And that's the thing. I don't play that bull. I don't. I don't try to make women fit something that makes no sense. Tamika, you here?
I'm here, Kevin.
Hold on, Sugar P. Let me put you on hold. All right, you got me. I'm gonna mute you, Sugar P. Let's get into this, Tamika. All right, so you're 37, and you were saying that you have a job and you have your own business, and I'd asked you if you had a guy met a guy who's making over 500,000, would you still want to work? And you were saying that you would, just to a lesser degree.
I, to a lesser degree, I do enjoy what I'm doing. I do not overwhelm myself with clients. The clients that I do have, we connect. Um, so they're
Well,
clients and
let
friends.
me ask you a couple of defining questions.
Sure,
Why do you want to be married?
I do.
Okay. Um, why?
Well, I do hope that in time I'll find someone that I'm compatible with, and hopefully we can have a family. If not, if he has children, then I'll try to assimilate myself in their life. Um, I love men. I love the mind of a man, and I like to feel protected and provided for. I just do enjoy what I do, so I wouldn't do it to an extent where it would compromise the time and attention that I would need to spend on him or family. But in terms of like having a hobby, I think what I do now,
Okay,
I
so
would
let me ask you a
consider it
follow
a
up question.
hobby.
Let me ask a follow up question. Okay, so high value men are high earning men.
Yes.
That's what defines a high value man. These men work 12, 16-hour days to earn that kind of money. Why do you want a high value man?
Um, I would like to feel a sense of security. In my life, I don't think that I'm the kind of woman who is trying
You
to
mean financial
get
security?
financial security, and also to have a masculine, competent man in my life. Those things are important to me, and uh, yeah, why would I want to be with someone who is not reaching their highest potential? That's not the most
Well,
appealing man to me.
well, I, I, well, we're talking about high value men. High value men, um, you ask, so they guys who work that kind of hours, 12, 16 hours, they're gone all day. Who's going to be taking care of the children if you're at work?
My all of what I do right now is at home.
Right.
Um,
But anytime,
I'm willing. Listen, I'm
but
willing to.
listen. Anytime at home, you're working, you're taking away from the family.
True.
Okay. So he's working and the ends are meeting like a mug with him, but yet you're still working and as such taking away from the family. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing, but you're the one that's supposed to be taking care of the family.
I think I would be willing to dedicate my time, my life, my energy towards my family, because I do believe family is very important. Um, I guess because I do enjoy what I am doing,
Okay,
I
let's just cut to
was
the chase. Do you want
hoping.
to depend on a man?
Do I want to depend?
Yes, depend. Yeah, depend.
I would love to. I have never had that experience.
Right. So depending
Love,
on the
I
man, that
would
means
love
you
to.
don't quit. That means you don't make any money.
Yeah, I've never had that experience in life. It's
Right.
slightly scary to me.
And every question I've asked you, you in a nice way tried to still hold on to that. You don't want to depend on a man. Because I've given you
I
several
I want to, but
hold on,
but I would have to
listen,
feel
listen.
safe.
Okay, you're not going to overtalk me. That is not going to work here. Are we on the same page?
I'm listening.
No, are we on the same page? Because I do not play that with any woman that gets on my channel. Don't do that. You want to be able to depend on a man, but you've never been able to do it. Is that accurate?
I have not been able thus far. Yes.
Okay. Granted. But however, understand that high value man, a man who already is in that position, he is not going to have to wait for you to get caught up to him. If he's already making enough money, he doesn't need your income. What he needs is a wife and a mother and a companion and someone to be at home, not someone who's working to where she does not have to feel like she's 100% committed or depending upon a man because it makes her feel scared. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Yes.
Okay, so have you ever gone to talk to anybody professionally about the issues you have with men or depending upon men? If you're talking about you want a high value man.
No, Can I answer you and
Yeah,
then
you
put my
can.
input?
Go
Can
ahead.
put my input along with the answer. So no, I've never had a discussion with a professional about completely and totally depending on a man to provide for me. I would like to add to that answer. Um, I am not sure if I have ever seen that. I do believe it is possible. Um, I don't know if
You've
it's
never seen it
where
or
I
you've never
live.
seen it with a black man.
No,
Hmm?
I have clients and they have husbands who are doing well,
Hmm.
and they still are doing something. The
What I
husband is
asked
the
is, man, okay,
major breadwinner.
you're in
Mhm.
Jamaica. I get it,
Yes,
but you have. Are you saying you've never seen women who don't depend on me? Who?
totally.
Yes.
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. So now I'm going to have to ask something that's going to sound crazy. You have TV and the internet.
Yes.
Then you've seen women who depend on men totally.
Curious about how inflation will shake up financial markets? Get insights and trade with FX Pro.
I have.
Okay. So I asked you that question, and you just basically said, "Uh-uh." What it is I asked you, have you ever not seen it, or have you not seen it from a black man? And then do is that the question? Have you not seen it from a black man, or you just haven't seen it? Period.
So I see it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen that example or that family construct on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot recall seeing that in real life around me. I do know of husbands and wives who the man provides a certain level of security. The he provides most of everything.
Mm-hmm.
The woman still does something in some sort of way.
That's why I
She
said
is
you're
not
in Jamaica. That's why I said.
totally dependent.
That's why I said in Jamaica it may be a little bit different,
Yeah.
but we're talking about high value men, and here in the States, I mean going down that path. Um, what makes you what's the fear in depending upon a man?
Thank you for that question because that's what I wanted to expound upon. I think how nature has it, the man is to provide and protect. The woman nurtures and takes care of the home, and I wholeheartedly believe in that. However, I believe that some men, the fact that they are providing financially, they undermine the value of what the woman provides in the relationship and for the family. And as a result of that, they tend to, it shows in their
Undermine
attitude
how?
in terms of undermine. Like they just don't, the fact that she's not earning money, they do not value her contribution to the home. So they look at her, and I don't think men and women are equal, but I do not think a man is superior or inferior. I think we have different roles, and
No, we're superior.
I
No, we're superior. Make no mistake, we are. You cannot survive in this world as a single
I agree.
female. No, ma'am. No female is built to
But I
survive in
don't
this.
think a man can
Okay,
survive
okay, I
without a
need you. Hold
female
on. Oh,
either.
yes, we can. Yes, we can. I challenge you.
No,
Oh, listen.
you
Okay, I'm
want
going to. I
you
need you to
want
listen.
a
I need you.
woman's
No, no,
femininity,
no, no. You're not.
her caressing
I've
her
already
body, her
told you you're not
breast.
going to do that shit. No, no. You are not my equal. Anything you want, anything you have, if I want it, I can take it from you. You can't stop me. Women cannot survive on their own. Your hand strength, you can't even operate tools to build a shelter. You are physically weaker than the man. And that you're going to sit here and try to argue this point, you're not going to find a high value man or a man, period. I mean, this is not even up for debate. I mean, we're arguing, you go from the Garden of Eden and you contradicted yourself. God put Adam in charge of Eve. I'll let you unmute yourself, but you're not going to talk over me. So again, this is where a lot of women end up today. You want a high value man, but you cannot have it all. So whether she unmutes herself or not, you can't have it all. You can't. And at 37, you certainly can't have it all. You cannot have it all. Now, you mentioned God and creation. Yes?
Yes.
God put
I did
Adam in
not
charge of
mention
Eve.
the Bible. I didn't mention the Bible, so that's a key factor.
Well, we can
For
play
me.
we can play these games all we want to, but how about this? If you had something and I wanted it, could you stop me if you did not have a weapon?
Probably not.
Right. Where do women live by themselves in nature and survive?
Kevin, we
No,
both
I don't need you to.
need
I
each
know my name.
other.
I know my name. I asked you a
We both
simple. No,
need
ma'am.
each
No,
other.
ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
we
I'm
do.
going to do. No.
We cannot continue creation
All
if we
right.
do
You're
not
gonna do this
have each
bullshit
other.
again. I'm gonna try one more time with you. You cannot answer the question because it was a logical fallacy. And instead of answering the question, you attempted to gaslight. This is what men can live by themselves and survive just fine. You cannot. Ergo, we are superior to you. And any woman arguing and debating this, you're not fit for a man. I mean, you're really going to argue that we need each other. No, we don't need you. Go back to the Bible or creation. Adam was doing just fine in the garden without. Matter of fact, a lot of guys can make the case that we don't need you, period. That the introduction of you actually caused the downfall of this world if you really want to go there. And see, ultimately what I'm getting to, and I'm using this to show why high value men do not have these kind of women in their areas. Not going to argue this stupid stuff. They're not going to argue this stuff. They're going to be like, oh, okay. She come up there talking this feminist shit. They're going to be like, okay, keep on moving. And they're going to say, Jerry, don't let her in again. And if Jerry, because the manager say, oh, well, she's a good customer of ours and she knows how much is her tab. Okay. Oh, I'll pay what she had for a year. She spent $200. Okay. And she comes in with $200-$300 a month. Great. Here's $5,000. I don't want to see her anymore. That's what high value men do. They don't tolerate these women. Eventually they'll get the hint that they're not welcome. So I would say this to women. Ladies like this are your biggest. You don't want to be around women like this because they complicate things. She's sitting here really trying to debate whether or not men are the genders are equal. We're not equal. Not in the least. And here's the funny thing. Gentlemen, we have done such a good job in civilizing the world that women like her have forgotten how men don't even realize how good they have it. That's how good mankind has done it. And these are the same women that talk about, society's tilted towards men. Yeah, because we built it. Gentlemen, we have done such a good job in civilizing the world that women like her have forgotten how men don't even realize how good they have it. That's how good mankind has done it. And these are the same women that talk about, society's tilted towards men. Yeah, because we built it. You ain't built nothing. You don't invent anything. That's why I said initially, women who are the women these men want to marry and keep was the first thing I said. They like men. This woman does not like men. She likes men. She loves men for what men can do for her or make her feel, but she does not like men. You can listen to her voice. I've tried to be calm, cool with her, and and you gonna come on my show to try to overtalk me to the point where I have to mute you twice. There is no mute button in the real world for women like this. You mute them by exiting them out of your presence. That's how you mute these women. And here's the reality. What does life look like for women like this? Because 37, they still feel like they're 27, which is still like 25. That whole black don't crack. They still look in the mirror and look and they feel young, but they are old. Their eggs are 2 years past due. Remember that woman, my eggs ain't old. These women in their late 30s, early 40s really still look at themselves like they Sugar P's age, but they're not. And they're having basically a psychotic break, realizing that I'm going to die alone because I'm unfit to couple with any man worth his salt. Which is why you're going to talk this whole thing about, well, what about a man's character? You know what that really was, guys? That's a sucker waste. She thought she was dealing with a sucker to come in and talk about a man's character. What she's really saying is a guy who has less or makes less, so I can get him into a 50-50 situation so I can get my elbow on him. That's what women like this want. That's why you talk about their character stuff. And I'll take a man who has less than that, because they know men I'm talking about have standards. And they're not going to pull that stuff with them. You're going to sit back and tell me that I don't see any men in Jamaica. I don't see any women in Jamaica that are 100% dependent.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Spotlight News. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And before we proceed, let's give respect to the fallen legend Papa Kevin Samuels, because he has more amazing work, more educative work that will help you out, the youths and the upcoming generation. Don't forget to like, share and link the button so that you can see all the updates, and may his name stay forever, may his legacy stay forever, because he has more amazing work. So as we talk today, this lady is so argumentative. That is one thing I noted. Okay, she doesn't want to listen. She wants to talk on top of the other. That is, by the way, a red flag, because there is no man you're going to get and you want to talk on top of that man and you're not willing to listen. That is a sign of a red flag, first of all. And another thing, she says here, this is where the disagreement came from. She said she doesn't want to have, she wants to have a man, but she wants to keep on providing, and it's like she wants to be the head of, because you can't have a man and it's you who's providing. This is like, she just wants to get a man who is going to be with her as an option, but when she's independent on her own. And this is where Mr. Kevin said this is not possible, because there is no woman who will ever provide themselves 100% when they have a man. A man is supposed to provide. By the way, this is in reality you should have a man who can at least provide 80% of the wife. That makes them a man at home. But you can't tell me, because these days I don't know why it's so common, you find ladies having their own money, having their houses, having their everything. So they reach a certain age, they marry. Let me say, a lady gets a man, then they marry them from their home. So there is no way you're going to tell me that you're going to earn the respect you want as a man, and you're already staying in a lady's home, you're already working in your lady things. He's the one sponsoring you, she's the one feeding you, she's the one giving you shelter, she's the one giving you transport, she's the one doing that. So according to tradition, that is not how it is supposed to be. A man is the one supposed to marry a lady, not a lady marrying a man. But if you're a man and you accept someone to marry you, or someone to take you to take all your responsibility as a lady, you're going to fail as a man in marriage, because there is no way you're going to stand as a man and be like, you're not going to do this, because already the person you're telling is the person giving you all what you do, is the person giving you everything. So at the end of the day, you end up losing yourself or losing everything, because you can't stand like a person. You can't serve yourself as a person. Like, you cannot run anything, because you as a person, you're just messing up everything at a certain level. So a lady should work, but should leave the man do their responsibilities at home, because if they do because that is their responsibilities. If they do their responsibilities, that makes them the man of the home or the man of the house, because this is their responsibility. Personally, in this conversation, I agree with Mr. Kevin, because what he was speaking was the fact. Though he got this lady who didn't want to listen, she wanted to prove a point. Actually, she came to prove what she thinks is the right thing. And according to my understanding, this lady didn't learn anything, because she was just speaking on the top of her voice. She wanted the other gender to prove the point that what she is speaking was the right thing, yet she was messing up everything. So that brings us the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and may God bless you, and stay tuned as you listen for more videos. And for those who have been liking, following, subscribing, may God bless you. Keep up.